This text begins with a difficult admission that sometimes the roles we perform, even when they feel false, can also feel safer than the uncertainty of being fully ourselves. There is a strange comfort in what is known, even when it limits us. Expectations, routines, identities we have learned to inhabit, they may feel like constraints, but they also tell us where to stand and what to do. Freedom, by contrast, can feel disorienting. Without something external defining us, we are left alone with the question of who we actually are and what we are meant to do with this life that is ours. It can be easier to carry chains when they are familiar than to face the weight of possibilities we do not yet understand. Sometimes we continue performing versions of ourselves that no longer feel true, not because we believe in them, but because they spare us from confronting the emptiness that appears when those roles fall away. The text you are about to hear explores that uneasy space, the feeling of being free without knowing how to live freely, of sensing an inner life that has not yet found its way into the world. Listen to it as a quiet confession, not of failure, but of recognition. The moment when one begins to see the distance between the life that is performed and the life that awaits beneath it. I am separated from all things by a hollow space, even from myself. I do not live in my own house. I stand outside and watch. I feel as if I were waiting for something that has already happened. I have the true feeling of myself only when I'm unbearably unhappy. Everything else feels like a performance. I'm constantly trying to communicate something incommunicable, to explain something inexplicable, to tell about something I only feel in my bones. I live in contradiction between the world I must inhabit and the one I carry inside. There is an infinite amount of hope in the universe, but not for us. A cage went in search of a bird. It is often safer to be in chains than to be free without understanding what freedom requires. The meaning of life is that it stops. I am free, and that is why I am lost. I am ashamed of myself when I realize that life is a masquerade, and I attend it with my real face. Youth is happy because it has the capacity to see beauty. Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. I write differently from what I speak differently from what I think differently from the way I ought to think, and so it all proceeds into the deepest darkness. From a certain point onward, there is no longer any turning back. This is the point that must be reached. You can hold yourself back from the suffering of the world. That is something you are free to do, and it accords with your nature. But perhaps this very holding back is the one suffering you could avoid. I am a cage in search of a bird. That final image, a cage in search of a bird can feel unsettling because it suggests that what we are searching for may not be something outside of us at all. We live surrounded by lives that appear already defined, paths to follow, identities to adopt, ambitions that promise meaning if we pursue them long enough. It can create that sense that something essential is happening elsewhere and that we are late to it. So we move toward what is visible and available, roles that tell us who to be, expectations that give us shape to our days, structures that feel safe because they are already built. We enter them because they spare us from the uncertainty of creating something of our own. But what we are searching for cannot be captured in that way. The inner life is not something we seize and hold in place. It is something that appears when there is enough space for it to arrive. Perhaps the cage we carry is not meant to imprison anything, but to remind us of what cannot be contained. The bird we are looking for may not be missing at all. It may simply be waiting for us to stop chasing the lives that belong to others so that we can recognize our own. And when we loosen our grip on the roles we thought we had to play, something quieter becomes possible. Not a dramatic transformation, but a gradual sense of alignment, as if we are no longer searching outward for what can only emerge from within. The inner self is not something we catch. It is something that comes forward when it no longer feels confined. And perhaps freedom is not the absence of structure, but the willingness to release what was never truly ours to hold.